You should recycle. Everyone knows about the turtles and the landfill. It's horrifying, but we are still throwing away things that are harmful to our earth. It's not that we don't care, but it's hard to convince someone that recycling a water bottle can help save the world. We can't keep leaving the fate of our earth up to the individual. It's time our government takes some of the responsibility away from the citizen. There ought to be a law that limits the use of non-biodegradable materials in consumer products. Today, I'll talk about how non-biodegradable materials affect our Earth and how the government can help limit this problem. The problem is familiar, and major companies are already making crucial steps towards a sustainable future. Putting a restriction on non-biodegradable material will lessen the harmful trash available to consumers and therefore will lessen the amount individuals are adding to our landfills. According to helpsavenature.com, biodegradable materials are materials that are made from natural substances. These materials, once thrown away, can be broken down by organisms in just a couple days. On the other hand, non-biodegradable materials such as plastic will take years to break down. These materials will actually kill the organisms that break down the alternative, as well as lead to the death of many animals like turtles and dolphins. Everyone has seen pictures like this and heard the horrific stories that result from our waste. Of course, everyone cares, but it's so hard to do anything about it without seeing it. At an event where I worked closely with a group of people around the world, I met a mother, Anna, who is from a very small island near New Zealand. She told me that on her island she can see the landfill covering the ocean that surrounds her. Together we worked on a recycling project, and she was motivated by the fact that if our consumption of non-biodegradable materials stays the same, her island will slowly be consumed by the trash it's surrounded by. Unlike Anna, the problems of landfills don't affect us directly. Well, not that we can see at least. These problems are invisible and are slowly destroying our Earth. The water bottles and styrofoam that we don't recycle, according to metalmanrecycling.com, pollutes the soil and water. If enough of these chemicals build up, it can cause cancer. So, what needs to happen? It's time that the government helps take the load off our shoulders. While asking people to go green and recycle is effective in some ways, the government ought to be able to help in the preservation of our Earth. There ought to be a law that limits the use of non-biodegradable materials in consumer products. Every day, people use and throw away materials that can be recycled, such as grocery bags, water bottles, and contact lens cases. These wastes, although individually do not add up to much, collectively lead to the landfills that destroy our Earth today. If we limit the amount of non-biodegradable materials in everyday products, we can drastically slow down the growth of landfills. Rather than asking everyone to make sure they recycle and use hard-to-imagine examples to coerce them into doing so, we can make sure that the products they're buying are eco-friendly. This takes off some of the responsibility of adding to the landfills away from the consumer. According to Vending Market Watch, the San Francisco airport has already put a ban on plastic water bottles. To support the giant reuse revolution, they replaced plastic water bottles with pass water bottles, which are made from aluminum and built to be refilled. From the results I gathered from the class discussion board, many students in this class favor reusable water bottles over plastic, limiting the trash that we produce. The idea of replacing or improving products to be eco-friendly is already a working model for Starbucks. Starbucks has already taken away their plastic straws and have, according to CNN, put $10 million into research to replace the plastic cups they use today. These examples are not only proof of the concept, but evidence that we are a culture that is ready to accept eco-friendly alternatives. No, this law will not get rid of landfills. However, the US, according to everythingconnects.org, produces 250 million tons of trash per year. This is almost twice as much trash per person as most other major countries, says Everything Connects. With this law, we can reduce the waste a vast amount and make it healthier for the earth. This law will also be a step in the direction of the government supporting a sustainable future. Without the contributions of this law, landfills will continue to grow at an uncontrollable rate, and, according to Everything Connects, landfills will continue to release the deadly gases that cause global warming and other cataclysmic events. So, what can we do in the meantime? Well, In the meantime, do your best to support these companies that are making changes toward a sustainable future. Otherwise, please recycle all that you can. Everyone has heard of the horrible effects of not recycling. People care, but in reality, we're not making the progress we need to fast enough. Putting restriction on non-biodegradable material will lessen the harmful trash available to consumers and therefore will lessen the amount individuals are adding to our landfills. The turtles, global warming, we knew and we care. The world is ready for this change and we'll welcome this law with open arms.